Welcome back. If you are new to our channel, welcome. In this channel, we explore topics related to countries around the world. If that interests you, please consider subscribing. Today, we are going to explore the most beautiful place from space, according to NASA Astronaut Scott Kelly. And it is easy to see why, with some of the most beautiful beaches surrounded by incredible deep blue and turquoise waters. This tropical paradise sure stands out. Are you ready to explore the Bahamas? This multi-island nation is located east of Florida, north of Cuba, and west of British overseas territory of Turks and Caicos Islands. Bahamas, spread some 800 kilometers in the Atlantic Ocean, consists of 700 islands and 2,400 cays. Only about 30 islands are inhabited by about 386,000 people, and about 70% of them live in Capital Nassau on a rather small island called New Providence. This is the flag. The golden yellow stripe represent the sun, the sand, and the natural resources of the island. The two aquamarine stripes represent the ocean. The black equilateral triangle symbolizes the strength, vigor, and the force of Bahamian people. This is the coat of arms. It shows things indigenous to the island. The shield depicts Christopher Columbus's ship, Santa Maria, sailing beneath the sun. The shield is supported by blue marlin, a majestic fish, and the scarlet long-headed flamingo. Both can be found in and around the islands. The crest on top of the helmet is a conch shell, represent the marine life of Bahamas. The blue flowers around the helmet is Lignum vitae, a national tree of Bahamas. At the bottom on a ribbon, the country's motto, forward, upward, onward, together, indicates the desired direction of the country. Now let's go look at the islands. Bahamas is the fourth largest of the Caribbean island countries by area after Cuba, Dominican Republic and Haiti. These islands were once a coral reef. It became dry when the sea level dropped millennia ago. All the islands are low and flat with ridges rising to about 15 to 20 meters. Even though the country is made up of so many islands and cays, they are sort of organized into 16 groups. The main island is New Providence. It is the most populated, and this is where you can find the capital Nassau. About 2 to 3 million people visit this island annually, except for the last 2 years, of course. Grand Bahama is developed as a tropical playground for visitors. It is home to the second largest city, Freeport, famous for its duty-free shopping, including some high fashion. There is an extensive cave system under this island as well. Eleuthera, Harbour Island Beach in Eleuthera, is one of the few places in the earth where you can find the pink sand beaches. The color comes from the certain varieties of seashell. It is named one of the 25 sexiest beaches in the world by Forbes Traveler and awarded Best Secret Island on Earth by Travel and Leisure. Cat Island. It is home to the highest point of Bahamas, Mount Alvania, only at 64 meters tall. Rum Cay hold the secret of Lucayan Arawak Indians. The Hartford Cave on the island is decorated with ancient petroglyphs. This long island is home to one of the deepest blue holes in the world, Dean's Blue Hole. It plunges 202 meters into the sea. It is one of the best cave diving destinations. San Salvador, the island where Christopher Columbus landed. There is a cross marking the spot. Acklins and Crooked Islands are unspoiled, almost look the same as it looked about 100 years ago. Exuma, the chain of about 365 private islands are magnet for the very rich. This is where you can swim with the pigs. Berry Islands, it is made up of nearly 30 cays, key. Most of them are uninhabited. Mayaguana, it is more isolated and less developed than any other islands in the Bahamas. The Bimini Islands are about 57 miles from Miami. The ocean around the islands are one of the world's top big game fishing spots. Abaco. After the American Revolution, British loyalists escaped United States and established homesteads here in this island. You can still see their influence in the colonial style architecture, and some of their descendants still live in these islands. Inagua Islands are largely uninhabited, the southernmost point of Bahamas, a paradise for bird watchers and eco-tourists, home to over 8,000 flamingos and 140,000 species of birds. Finally, Andros. Even though it is the largest island in Bahamas and closer to the capital, it is virtually untouched. It has about 180 blue holes, highest concentration anywhere in the world. Other islands, keys and islets vary in size, but more than 2,000 of them are low, barren rocks. Bahamas has plenty of fresh water, particularly in New Providence, San Salvador and Great Iguana. They have large lakes, but there are no rivers on any of the islands. The whole of Bahamas has about 3 ecoregions: dry forest, pine forest and mangroves. Bahamas climate is mild throughout the year. The average temperatures varies from 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius depending on the season. The average annual rainfall is about 1,100 millimeters, mostly rain during the summertime. Much of the Bahamas is sunny and receive about 340 sunny days annually. Winds blowing from the ocean keep the island cool. Tropical cyclones are threat from June to November and have occasionally caused great destructions. Would you believe me if I tell you it snowed in Bahamas? It did. A cold wave from southern Florida brought snow to the Bahamas one day on January 17, 1977. Let's look at the history quickly. First group of people to live in the islands came from Cuba between 300 and 400 AD. We don't know much about them. Sometimes between 900 and 1000 AD, Tainos migrated from South America and they were known as the Lucayan people, and 40,000 of them were living in the islands by 1492. When Christopher Columbus landed on San Salvador, he named the surrounding islands Bahama, inspired by low seas. Somehow the name changed into Bahamas. Spanish didn't settle the island, but they exploited the people who live in the island and enslaved them into working in Hispaniola. Within 25 years, all of the Lucayan people were died due to disease, hardship or slavery. In 1649, English established the first European settlement in Bahamas. During the late 1600s and the early 1700s were the age of piracy. Many pirates, including most famous Blackbeard and Calico Jack, hid in some of these islands. There were also female pirates like Anne Bonny and Mary Read, disguised as men. King of England appointed a governor to control the pirates. The governor offered amnesty to those who surrendered, hanged those who resisted, and some escaped, including Blackbeard. Little more than a century after the first settlement, American colonists arrived to Bahamas in the later part of American Revolution. With them, they brought in their slaves. The slaves had agricultural and shipbuilding expertise. They greatly influenced the lives of Bahamians. In 1783, Bahamas solidified its independence and forced the Spanish forces to retreat from the region without firing a shot. From 1861 to 1865, Bahamas benefited from American Civil War. British textile industry depended on American cotton. However, US blocked British ships from southern ports, so Bahamas became a trading harbor for both British and the US goods. End of the Civil War marked the end of prosperity for Bahamas. But then in 1919, United States passed the 18th Amendment prohibiting alcohol, and again Bahamas saw the opportunity and accommodated the flow of alcohol. When the prohibition ended in 1994, so did the revenue. It devastated Bahamas' economy. The Hotel and Steamship Service Act in 1898 opened Bahamas to the world, supported construction of new hotels and increased tourism. Bahamas gained independence on July 10, 1973, which ended 325 years of peaceful British rule. The Bahamas remain a Commonwealth nation. Very different history than the other Caribbean countries, don't you agree?
People and culture.
Bahamas has a unique culture evolved over generations from mixture of mostly African, British, Caribbean and American cultures. Bahamians are easygoing, friendly and very hospitable. Population is about 386,000 people. Most of them live in New Providence, where NASA, the capital and the largest city of Bahamas, is located. The second largest city is Freeport in Grand Bahama. 91% of the population identify themselves as black, 5% white and 2% identify themselves as mix of white and black, while the remaining 2% is ethnicity from various other places. Bahamas has a pretty good sized Haitian community of about 80,000 people, largely African descent. English is the official language, but the local dialect called Bahamian dialect or Bahamanese is spoken in informal settings. Most of the island population is Christians, particularly Protestant. There is a small community of about 200 Jewish and 300 Muslims live in Bahamas. Bahamian culture is rich with beliefs, traditions, folklore and legends. The best known folklore and legends are in the Bahamas, including Luscus, Chicxaneri, those are from Andros, Pretty Molly from Exuma, and the lost city of Atlantis in Bimini, Bahamas. Jankanu is Bahamas version of Carnival, a big party held on Boxing Day and New Year's Day. It is a significant part of Bahamian culture. Bahamas has lot to offer for foodies as well. Cracked conch salad, rock lobster, pigeon pea and rice, Johnny cakes and many other seafood dishes. We are almost done. Next, let's look at their Bahamas is the richest country in the West Indies. Its economy depends on tourism and offshore banking. Tourism accounts for whopping 60% of country's income and half of its employment. Bahamas has the 7th highest number of ships registered in the country. Ships often registered their ownership in certain countries for tax purposes. These are called flags of convenience. Bahamas is a huge draw for ships because of its law, especially cruise ships that sails in the Caribbean. Because of the ship registration and heavy reliance on tourism, Bahamas doesn't collect tax from income or sales. Most of their revenue comes from tariffs on imported goods and from the tourists who visit the country. The Bahamian dollar is pegged with 1-to-1 with US dollar. Did you know Bahamas is the only country with a marching band on their currency? Bahamas $1 note has an image of NASA's police marching band on it. United States is the main trading partner with over 85% of imports comes from United States. Other main trading partners include China, United Kingdom, Japan, Panama, Switzerland, Canada and France. Did you have fun learning about Bahamas? It's quite an interesting country, isn't it? I am glad I'm closing the Caribbean countries with Bahamas. If you want to learn about any other Caribbean country, I have video on every single one of them. Next I'm going to move to South America and I'll do a video about every single country in South America next. If you are watching this, you must like learning about other countries. So please give me a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to my channel so we can explore every single country in the world. Thank you for watching. We will meet again in the next video.